Can I guess what this is? Because I think I know.
Yeah, all right.
That you talking about the mini system?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on my list as well. That it's gone.
It's gone.
I know.
They took
we
it
can
from
talk
you.
about that. I kind of want to talk about it because I think it's
neither tech nor gaming. It's just bullshit.
I think it's a stupid decision because it's just like, hey, these things are selling like hotcakes. You can't find them in the store because they're selling so quick. So Nintendo, they decide to discontinue.
Yeah.
That was my...
They cancel it. Like, why would you... Because they said something about, we're not going to do... It was a limited release.
Yeah.
It wasn't supposed to be anything.
Yeah.
So obviously what happens is it gets real successful.
Yeah.
So you just ignore that and say, no, we don't want money. We'll just shut it down.
That's pretty much what they've done. So,
like, you could expect it from Apple because they're dickheads. Like, if Apple released a new iPhone, there was a new shape or something.
Yeah.
And it was like, this phone is great. And they're like, no.
Banana phone.
We're only doing it for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You'd be like, fine, Apple don't give a fuck about anybody. But Nintendo aren't rolling around in money.
No, I know. Well, I mean, they are and they're not. But I just think someone at the table was just like, sir, this Nintendo... mini Nintendo is selling really, really well. Is it? Take it off the shelves. You know, it's just like, what's going on there? You know.
But sir, it's making a lot of money. Can we leave it on the shelves, sir? No, get it off the shelves.
You were going South African for a second. The prawns.
Well, you can't get anywhere. You can't get it in South Africa. You can't get it in Japan. You can't get it anywhere.
I do hope they bring out.
Sir, really, it's selling a lot of money, and it's really quite cheap to make. It doesn't cost us anything. Can we get it?
What we could do is take them all off the shelf, all the ones that are available, and throw them in the bin.
Well, I'd also like it if you went out and found the ones that haven't been sold, and you burnt them in front of children. So the children would know they're never getting it. Why would you throw money away?
I don't understand it. Like maybe it's stepping on their Switch, kind of, because I know they like to do the old consoles, like where we talk time and time again, where you rebuy. Maybe they're like, no, we want people to rebuy Mario.
They only want you to rebuy the game, though. They don't want you to rebuy the console.
Yeah.
It's like, that's too far.
Well, the other thing is, someone hacked it, so you can get all the games in it, which is more desirable, because people are like, oh, it comes with 30 games, but I can hack this easily. Yeah. I can have 100 games. And Nintendo are like, oh, that makes it even more desirable. Really? Let's really take it off the shelves now.
Like, why?
I do feel like if it was Microsoft, Apple, or Sony, or anyone, they'll be like, let's make more of these. You know, let's ramp it up. You know,
it doesn't affect anything that you're doing now. No, because you don't have to make new games. No one's expecting you to, update it or have a brand new iOS or anything. It's just like, it's the old Nintendo. Yeah. And it looks like the old Nintendo, and it fits in the palm of your hand.
I know.
Just bring it out again.
I know.
It's stupid.
I do hope they bring out a Super NES.
And it's not even for the games, like you were saying, because you can get all those games online now.
You can, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't know how to do that, but still. And then to hack it, people won't know how to do that. But still, it's still very desirable. Like to have a mini NES, like right now, and we can play a 2-player little thing on, Yeah,
it'd be cool.
That's awesome. Yeah.
For all the nostalgia, and then people who want that kind of retro, my dad used to have one of these, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have these mini PS4s.
Yeah, mini PS4s.
My dad used to have one of these.
It's in my watch. I got a PS4 in my watch.
Yeah.
My tie is an Xbox.
My dad used to be playing this like God of War thing. Look at the pixels.
Look at the pixels. Wait, this is 2D. Yeah, they were all 2D games back then. That's crazy. Be like when we're talking about black and white TVs. Everything was in black and white.
I think it will be.
It was like 2D games. You didn't have to put a helmet on. What's that about?
60 frames per second. It's just like using a controller.
See, I found that interesting that Nintendo obviously listened to you on the podcast.
Yeah.
And they said no. And they shat all over your dream.
Yeah. Well, I'm just happy they tuned in and then just burnt a dream down.
Take it off the shelf.
Take it off the shelf.
But everyone wants it. Take it off the shelf.
Yeah, that was on my list, man. That was on my list. How about we do, for a change, gaming first?
Fine, let's do gaming first. Let's have a change.
Yeah. Well, should we just hit it straight off the bat? So last week, we talked about the leak of Battlefront. Yeah. Now, have you seen the real Battlefront trailer?
I saw the real one.
Man, now that looks better than the blooming...
I was going to say, it looks better than the teaser for Star Wars.
It does, yeah.
It got me super excited.
It looks really good, and it answers everyone's questions and hopes. Like, they wanted a single player, so the game is single player. I love that you're actually the rebels. You play as rebels.
It's what everybody wanted, so obviously they're going to take it off the shelves.
Yeah.
Make sure no one gets it.
Nintendo, take it all off the shelves.
Take it off the shelves.
Zelda's selling? Take it off the shelves.
Take it off the shelves. There's a new Switch out. Take it off the shelf.
That's going to be their new ad campaign.
Nintendo.
Wipe it.
take it off the shelf.
It is satisfying to do that quickly, isn't it? So it's just like,
now I know I'm selling a product. Take it off the shelf.
I understand, like Lionel Richie and the Bee Gees. I understand it all. But so that looks phenomenal. Like, it looks so good.
It does look great.
There's a couple, like, consoles get a co-op mode apparently, so they get like a split screen.
Oh yeah.
So 2 people can play. And also they have said that they're going to do VR for a mission. So the first Battlefront has like a mission where you're in an X-Wing or something.
Yeah.
So this one's going to have a similar. So that's going to be fun as well.
That's going to be great.
Yeah, the trailer just like really got me pumped. Because I thought it was going to be the thing that we watched. I thought that was what they were going to show.
Yeah, it's going to be 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was just going to be...
But this was like 2 minutes.
This was like a full-on trailer. And like everything from the music to who you play, because they had like Darth Maul in it. Then they had Rey, and then...
Rey wasn't in the teaser.
No, she wasn't, yeah. So that was a nice little... and then...
across all generations and movies.
Everyone wants to see more space battles. They had plenty of that going on.
That was all it was. Space battles and walkers.
They're on a roll with that one. Like, honestly, 100% preferred that to the real movie trailer.
Well, I saw that, and we've got a PlayStation and an Xbox, and this isn't out till November, and I was just like, crap, we can't cross-platform.
Yeah, I know.
So that means I have to go and buy one of those.
On one of those things.
I have to. So. That was the first thing that came to my head. I said, me and you have to play this co-op.
Yeah.
Not split screen, like properly on our own TVs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to have to buy either a PlayStation or an Xbox.
Yeah.
Probably an Xbox.
We'll work it out. So
yeah, because I'm not getting a PC.
No, but a PlayStation.
Yeah, so that's November 19th or something. It's coming out.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, it comes out with the bundle of Call of Duty and then a couple of other ones like Assassin's Creed might be out and things like that. So, but it looks awesome. I mean, to play that game and then knowing that the film's gonna be out like 4 weeks later, that's gonna be awesome.
That's a big ramp up.
They're doing a really good job. Like EA are just a great, not EA, but DICE, the guys that make Battlefield. They're the ones making the game. They're such a good studio. They know what they're doing.
Yeah,
and they've really cracked the Star Wars formula. Just like the look and feel of everything. It's like so good. So yeah, I'm super excited for that. And I'm a Trekkie. I'm not a Star Wars.
You're not a Star Wars.
I'm slowly, getting converted.
Yeah.
So, slowly.
They still haven't done anything perfect, but there's a lot of great moments and a lot of good films.
I honestly said that trailer was close to perfect.
I think my favorite things are the games, though.
Yeah.
I think I have more better memories with the games than I do with the movies.
Yeah, I think you're right. I remember Nintendo 64. Did you ever play the one where you were in the Iceland and you had to circle around the walkers to knock them over? I can't remember what it was called now.
I didn't play it on the N64.
There was an N64 and it was like Squadron something. And you basically, in the films where the walkers are in the snow, and then they wrap the wire around them. You did that in the game. But like N64...
In Iceland, as you call it.
In Iceland.
Hot is the name.
15, I think that was like 15 years ago, but that was super awesome.
My Star Wars game was Battlefront, but it was Battlefront on PlayStation.
There was an old Battlefront. Yeah.
Me and my buddy used to play that all night, and I mean literally all night. We would just be up all night playing this thing.
I don't doubt it.
Because you had Vader.
Yeah,
was a playable character.
Oh, nice.
It was amazing. This was back when it was like the prequel, so they had like the rolling droids, and they had like the droids with like, they look like Cylon silver with like the rockets on them.
Right.
So I want to ask you, with the teaser versus the trailer.
Yeah. The
teaser looks pretty well done.
Yeah.
Is it just that that's the way it was, or do you think the teaser was leaked on purpose?
Some people do say the teaser was leaked on purpose, but the teaser was a teaser for PlayStation because they must have an exclusive deal with PlayStation. Okay. So that's why it was front end and back end with PlayStation. Yeah. So the trailer we watched was for all consoles, but that one that was leaked, I don't know. These days, I know we talked about it last week, but these days, like, you just don't know, like, whether it was meant to be or not.
Fake news, fake leaks.
If it was,
take it off the shelves.
I don't think it was meant to be like that, but it probably worked in their favor anyway.
It just seemed to me that there was so much difference between what we got in the teaser and the trailer.
Yeah.
But it wasn't leaked. Like,
but they try and do that as well on purpose. They try and edit it so that the PlayStation guys get unique footage.
Right.
So, yeah, because if they just branded the trailer again with PlayStation front and back, everyone would be like, wow, what's the point of watching it? But it makes Xbox and Nintendo people watch that trailer because it's like, oh, did you know Rey was in the game and she jumps down off a platform? And what trailer was that? Oh, it's in the PlayStation trailer. Yeah. And then everyone's like, oh, I need to get a PlayStation.
I need to get a PlayStation.
All right,
wait, so Rey's not going to be in the Xbox
No,
one?
I'm joking. No,
then I'm getting the PlayStation
I don't know. I doubt they'll go that big with it, but PlayStation will probably have like VR mission and maybe like more trees. Not with
fully immersive sand.
Scorpio. 3,000 more troops than PlayStation Pro.
Is this coming out on the Scorpio?
Yep, it definitely will. And this is the thing. So Scorpio should be out. It could even be out on that same day. And Scorpio is going to be 4K. This is where Microsoft's going to win back some people. It's going
so what's going to happen is I'm going to buy a Scorpio.
Yeah.
And it's not going to work with anything.
That's what's going to happen. No, it will work with all your Xbox stuff. And you'll still be able to play Xbox.
So you could play it on Xbox and I could play it on Scorpio.
Yeah.
All right, I could do that.
In fact, that's exactly what you should do. Get the Scorpio.
Yeah, that's probably what we should do.
Yeah. But then what people are saying is the Scorpio is you have to remortgage your house. So
I get it. Right.
So we'll wait and see. But exciting times for Star Wars. Like, I'm looking forward to the new film.
They were in a lot of trouble there for the last few years, making those billions of dollars. They were really struggling there with that biggest opening of all time.
I did notice that we're jumping all over the place, but we always do.
Who gives a shit?
Did you watch Star Trek Beyond or something?
I did watch Star Trek Beyond the other night.
Because and you were talking about the costume.
I was talking about how it didn't win the best Oscar.
Was that the first time you watched it?
No, I just watched it again.
Oh, okay.
Because I was just trying to think, I wonder maybe it's not as good as I thought.
Yeah,
it is as good as I thought. As in, it's as good as when I watched it.
Okay.
But like all the special effects in it, like all over the shop, there's all makeup and everything. I'm like, what movie did they watch?
I know.
That they didn't give it to this. Within the first 10 minutes, you've got the alien race, you've got like aliens on the ship.
Yeah.
There's like the green woman, there's the background characters are all makeup.
Yeah.
Like we said, Spock has got makeup.
Yeah.
Spock is makeup.
I know. People
Those
just
ears
think
are
that's
fake.
normal now.
Yeah,
just because they see it so often.
So when you watch, that's what I'm thinking. You're watching Star Trek, you just think, oh, you just expect it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, but you're a professional in the industry. You got to kind of know that that's not normal. Like that, it requires work. People don't walk in and look like that.
Yeah.
You look at that and then you look at Suicide Squad, and it's not like saying, oh, I didn't like Suicide Squad, so it shouldn't have won anything. She's like, I don't understand what level they're judging it at.
Yeah,
Idris Elba's character.
Yeah.
There's like 4 levels of that character.
I know,
he goes from full on to lower, and he's back to the human. And even human, he's not quite perfect. Like he doesn't look flawless.
I think like the Oscars and stuff are rigged a little. Not
it's a popularity
contest. Yeah, it's popularity. It's like, oh, I know the producer and I know this person that did this and this. Yeah, and he's popular because he's working on this film. I think it's all connected somehow.
I think Warner Brothers just paid off a lot of money just so they could have one of their superhero films win.
Yeah. And having that is like a big deal for them because they can say like best costume or whatever it was.
Yeah. But I watched Star Trek Beyond.
I just thought you were watching it for the first time, but
no, I have saw that when it came out in the cinema.
Yeah, but Star Wars is so bloody huge.
It's massive now.
Yeah,
they got like you said, they're opening up an amusement park.
Yeah.
They got Star Wars Day at the same time as Easter.
Yeah,
they're big enough to fight Jesus.
And then they got May the 4th, which is another big day.
Oh yeah, May the 4th is coming up too.
Yeah, always remember that one. That's why when I thought Star Wars Day was, to be honest.
Oh, so May the 4th is the day before Guardians of the Galaxy come out.
Oh, is it? Yeah,
that's gonna be a crazy week.
Nice. They'll probably take the piss or something.
Yeah,
it'd be funny if they did like a little poster of that or something. If it was coming out on that day, it would be funny.
It would be good, yeah.
But yeah. So Battlefront, super excited. What else? Poison Ivy.
Do you know how many people online can play that now? So if I've got Xbox Scorpio and you've got Xbox,
I don't think they've increased it. So I think it's 64. So it's 32.
That's still a lot of fucking.
Oh yeah, it's still because any more than that, it's not a balanced game. Because if you have like 100 v 100, it's just mayhem and you spawn and you're dead, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
once one side gets the upper hand,
it's just complete and utter chaos. So you want someone to spawn and then be able to kind of run around and like look at the environment.
I don't think I've ever played a 64 size game.
Oh man,
I think insane. 32 is the biggest I played.
It's insane because like everyone's in the planes or the X-Wings.
Yeah, what was the Battlefield I had and you had? But I had it on console.
You had Battlefield 4. But on console, I believe it was
32. Yeah,
PC
it was. It was 16. 16 was the size of the team.
Yeah, everything from then on was 64 on console because they upgraded.
Crazy.
So, but yeah, it's like nuts what you can do.
So I'm just gonna have a spaz in the middle of the field, just running around in a circle,
just start shooting. Shooting your own people,
everybody,
the Ewoks, everyone. So just get some points.
That's what I gotta be. I gotta be an Ewok. I was gonna be running around spinning.
That'd be hilarious. It'd be like being Oddjob in GoldenEye. You know when you're shorter.
Yeah.
It's just like
people can't shoot you because they're aiming too high.
Exactly. That'd be hilarious. A whole team of Ewoks. So they got to do that. And then you can make that sound.
They should do it with a limit on the numbers, so you can have 32, stormtroopers.
Yeah.
but you can have 100 Ewoks.
Yeah, that would,
so it's just 100 Ewoks running down the hill.
That's an interesting mechanic. Like maybe they die with one shot, just gone. Whereas a stormtrooper could take 2 or 3. There's less of them, but there's way more Ewoks. Yeah. So you can be 150 Ewoks, but maybe you're only 16 troopers, and you've got to it's basically just a herd of.
Has no one done that already in a game mechanic of like stacking the odds? So like you're on a you're on a battlefield version. It's like you got a squadron of 12 guys, and you've got to defend the base.
There must be one
out there. And there's like 80 other guys out there.
There is one made by Sony called PlanetSide, but it's not. It's just it's such a big planet. Like you can have like 200 v 200 on that,
right?
Because it's like a bit of a World of Warcraft type game. What could happen in that game is 100 people could decide to attack an outpost.
Yeah.
And there could only be 4 people out there.
Right.
Like it'd be rare that only 4 people would recognize on like it's got like a radar system. If they noticed like there was a herd of people going in, you'd maybe get like 20 or something. But then you could have 100 v 20.
Yeah.
But that's just normal. But yeah.
Because I'm thinking of Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
And how they have the survival mode, and you're just in the house and you got to survive for as long as you can. Oh, burped again.
Boom.
You survive for as long as you can. So there's whatever. I think it's 4 people can play it. Yeah, it's Left 4 Dead. Obviously, it's in the name, idiot. There's 4 people, and then like there's an endless stream of like you could do that with a Battlefield kind of game.
Yeah. You could do actually. It'd be interesting to see because they always like to mix up their game modes.
Yeah.
So maybe, but I don't know if they do it for Battlefront, but. They might do. They'll introduce new battle modes, but maybe that's an interesting one.
Because there's always those kind of survival games. The zombies are coming, you got to survive.
Yeah,
but if you actually had it so the zombies were controlled by people, or they were real people.
Yeah.
Because most of military history is that.
Yeah,
it's like the small army versus a bigger army.
300 to film things.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That, so,
300 would be a great thing in the future.
Oh,
you have 300 guys.
Yeah,
and then you've got endless amounts of people can spawn.
Yeah.
in the the Asian armies.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh my god, this is endless. This is never going to end.
Actually, that would be a pretty good one for VR, just because the arrows and it blocks out the sun, and then you've got to get your shield.
Oh yeah, get that shield.
That'd be pretty sweet. So
stab, shield, stab.
Well, there is a game that came out on Steam, Valkyrie something, and it's free to play, but it came out I think 3 or 4 days ago. But it's a VR game, but it's basically Gladiator. And you walk into a gladiator stadium, you've got a shield and a sword, and people are running at you, and you got to. Apparently, it's pretty cool. It looks incredible. Apparently, it's like the only thing people have got gripes with is when you swipe your sword in the game, you take a step forward.
Right.
So it kind of takes you out of the experience because you haven't stepped forward.
Yeah.
But it does it for you.
Yeah.
So people are like, just stop that from happening because. I might want to swipe but move back even.
Yeah.
But apparently, apart from that, it's like super. Like I feel like I'm in the Coliseum and people are chanting your name and stuff.
That's cool.
So
that game we played real quick the other day, the Arrow game.
Yes.
Whatever it was called.
Quiver. Yeah.
That was sweet. That had some good mechanics in it.
Yeah. That's another free. That was a demo. That's free on Steam as well. And basically a couple of Arrow games, but that one's in the top like 3 of best mechanics for it because you have to put the arrow in the little placement thing, and then
it's getting close to having a Lord of the Rings in there.
Oh yeah,
we talked about Shadow of War
eventually,
but that's still console. Yeah, but if you could have your Legolas's and your Aragorns and all that'd be amazing.
Yeah,
people would freak out.
Yeah,
or World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
when that's got VR in it.
Yeah, like
if people are already killing themselves playing it,
I think people can like hack it to play. Those kind of games. So yeah, I think people are playing World of Warcraft in VR.
Scary as crap that is.
We haven't seen them for weeks.
Yeah.
So, talking of Lord of the Rings games, you said you mentioned the new one that's coming out. You kind of
Shadow of War.
Yeah, you like the look of that, don't you?
I like the look of that. Yeah.
Yeah. That one's.
That's not exclusive, is it?
That's not exclusive, no.
All
but it'll probably be
Xbox Scorpio still on the horizon.
4K, man. 4K. Yeah. So all the way. So
what is this shit? 1080. Get it out of my face.
We were just talking about this, but
get it off the shelf.
Scorpio is officially been. It's going to be announced at E3.
Right.
So, and I know we were just talking about it. We're going to try and do some live.
We'll do some live streaming.
So we're going to watch.
I was going to say the concert. What a great night here.
Well, sometimes they do have music before. They'll have like Nickelback.
Lionel Richie comes out. Does this?
Yeah. Clicking. But yeah, we're going to do some live streaming through YouTube. it starts with Microsoft, and then I believe PlayStation and Nintendo are the next day. So while their conferences are happening, we're going to comment and shout and rant.
Just have a freak out, being like, I want it now. Yeah. Let me touch it.
Exactly. And then they'll release the price, and we're going to have to just sell the laptops that we're recording on. And
so this is our last episode.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed it, but we have to sell all of our equipment so that we can do it.
Yeah.
Although our equipment is just one laptop and 2 tin cans. So don't know what we
the string, we might have to sell the string, but we'll see.
We'll just go back to our old system of standing on the roof and shouting at people. Welcome back to another episode.
Bollox!
Oh, those guys are still up there again.
That'll be fucking hilarious. What was the other one? Poison Ivy?
I don't know. I can't read your mind. We went over this before.
The sheet's in front of you.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not really. It's not really. So I've lied there. Poison Ivy's been announced for Injustice.
Yeah.
Injustice 2, just like every week.
Every week they're
it pretty much is every week now.
Yeah.
I think we're
also not getting sponsored by Injustice.
But
we're not getting sponsored by anybody. Who would sponsor us?
I don't know. Hopefully.
Idiots.
One day.
But if you want to sponsor us, call us.
Last
week it was Scarecrow.
Yes, it was.
And this week it's Poison Ivy.
Yeah, so
very nice.
By the time the game releases, which is next month.
Next May.
We're going to have
or this May, I should say.
40, 50 people to play.
Have they released any of the Mortal Kombat-y guys?
No,
Katana,
they usually
Scorpio?
do that as like a little teaser at the end. Like sometimes it could be Predator, it could be Alien.
Oh, Darkseid.
So he's
a special pre-release.
Guy. Yeah, he's a special guy. So.
I saw that. I was watching.
I was going to ask you about him. I don't really know much about that guy. Is he just a nasty mofo?
He's like Thanos in Marvel. Mm-hmm. He's like
He's the equivalent of that.
He's the equivalent
DC.
of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Like you can go back to the comics history and say who stole from who.
Sure.
Marvel stole from DC.
Okay.
Well, no, it's a big thing. But Jack Kirby made the New Gods.
Yeah.
And basically they were supposed to be their own separate thing.
Okay.
And then they became part of the regular Superman universe.
Okay.
So Darkseid is the worst of the worst.
Right.
He's the baddest of the bad guys. The king, devil, evilest person. He runs a planet called Apocalypse.
Okay.
With a K.
Yeah.
So he's like the really nasty guy, and he's what they're building to in the movies.
Right.
So do you remember in Batman v Superman, which we don't like to talk about? We never talk about it. But in Batman v Superman, there's that big Omega symbol on the ground. Mm. In Batman's future vision, that's the Darkseid symbol.
Ah, okay.
Or Darkseid. I don't know. I always say Darkseid.
Darkseid.
It's side.
Is it side?
It's side.
Okay.
Well, I say seed.
Right.
I've said it since I was a kid because when you're reading in a comic,
it's
not what you say in your head, is it? You don't have to say it out loud. So Darkseid is.
So he's eventually going to be making it into those.
Yeah.
So because he's such a big villain.
He killed Batman. Well, kill is a strong word to use.
He's already dead.
Yeah.
You better not fucking kill him again because not having any of that.
He's real powerful though. Like he's like Superman level strong and he's immortal and his eyes can blast people and kill and all that.
Lovely.
It's just cool to see him in the game being like special pre-release order.
Yeah, because his eyes like light up at the end kind of thing, in red or whatever.
Yeah, that's his Omega beams.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know if it's like in any of those characters, none of them are going to be realistic.
Yeah.
It's just Street Fighter, but with different skins.
I'm just going to choose him and just get the eye beams on.
Just smash people. Yeah, that would be great if like there was one character who just wins instantly. Yeah. Like, do you remember Street Fighter 2? Like, this is way back, the original Super Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And you get to M. Bison.
Right.
And like when you're fighting the computer version of M. Bison, he just kicks the shit out of you. Yeah. Like you can't beat him. He's dropping on your head.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is somebody told me once that if you pick M. Bison, you try and do his moves.
Yeah.
You can do them.
Yeah.
But the computer has like
the way the
computer can do it faster than you can do it.
When you pulled off one and then you had to try and pull off another one, there's a gap between it.
Exactly.
The computer just erases the gap.
He was like the first combo character.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, everyone can do combos before their moves are finished.
Totally.
But he would stomp on your head and then hit you.
Yeah.
And hit you again.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you could do.
Yeah, it's nuts.
So it'd be great if Darkseid was like that. You just charge up the beams, and you're dead. You're like, I hate this. Every time we fight, you just win instantly.
There was a cool game for PlayStation 1, I believe. It could have been PlayStation 2 called Bushido Blade. And it was like a samurai sword game. Yeah. And the unique thing about that game was it was one hit, one kills. Because so if you blocked at the right time, which was half the game, is like blocking. But if you made the hit, I mean, basically, samurai sword, when you hit someone, it's going to fucking kill them.
Yeah.
So in that game, you would kill them.
Yeah.
So a round could last 2 seconds. Like I remember playing with my brother. Yeah. And he didn't know what block was yet. So I just killed him. And he was like, what just happened? You know, it's like there's no point in like health bars because
exactly.
Like you could maybe take like a little thing to the foot,
it's a pretty good dynamic.
I kind of liked it was a hardcore game, but if you knew how to block, it's a very tense game because you're like block, and then you're like attack, block, you know, and then suddenly it's just like one hit, you know. Yeah. But same for the other person if he gets.
Have you ever seen a real samurai sword, like a YouTube video or anything? Shout out to YouTube who are sponsoring us.
Just seen it on the shelf.
Just everybody who's listening should just go look at somebody testing out a samurai sword.
Just like the sharpness,
it's insane.
Yeah,
like they'll get these like mats of what's it called? There's that kind of armor that they have.
Yeah,
and they'd have like that, and they'd wrap it around this mat of like a wooden post, and then they put it there, and the guy would just slice through the whole thing, slice the wood post in half. This is like a big chunky wood post like that big, like your 6-inch diameter, just slice it straight through, and you're just thinking, this guy's just walking around with this.
What's the point in wearing this?
Yeah. So this whole idea of like sword fighting, like the Star Wars lightsabers and all that, it's like no. Back in the day, it was one slice, and you're done. Yeah. And all the samurai moves were all designed around swish, like just a quick one. They weren't doing like parrying and blocking on that. They were just like, it was like that game. You'd stand there and be like, you're dead. That's it.
Yeah.
Which is what George Lucas tried to do with the sword fighting in the original Star Wars.
Okay.
Like if you watch the Star Wars with like the young Han Solo, like Harrison Ford, and the way they fight with lightsabers, they're kind of like holding them with two hands. They tried to make them heavy, like they're like big broadswords. Yeah, because there's so much power in them.
Sure.
And then once they made the prequels, it was all one-handed flipping.
Quicker.
And obviously that's like, you get better guys, better training.
Sure.
Like Alec Guinness isn't going to learn how to fight like that.
No, yeah.
But they kind of brought that back in the recent one, in The Force Awakens.
Right.
Like everyone has to hold their lightsaber with two hands.
Yeah. It's like, especially with the way the light comes out the side, it's almost like a proper king's sword, isn't it?
Yeah, you know what I mean? The big broadsword kind of thing to it.
It's pretty sweet. I'm interested to see where that character goes as well, but we can talk about it in the movie segment.
The other thing about games you were just mentioning there with how the Bushido Blade?
That's it. Yeah.
How in Bushido Blade, one cut, one kill.
Yeah.
I remember the guy who made Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But he's like this crazy game designer who's said he's always wanted to make a video game where if you die, the game shuts down.
Oh, yeah.
And you can never play it again.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I think I've heard of that. Or
and I'm
heard
like,
about
that's
an interview.
Mental.
Yeah.
But how much pressure would you be under?
Well, they do it in different levels. Like I always imagine a game like that. So I used to play Counter-Strike a lot, and that was when first persons got really popular. And what they did was when you die so it's like 6v6, 10v6. When you die, you have to watch the rest of the match, and they still do that now in games. But that's a cool mechanic because it's like, oh, I'm out of this round. I can't help anymore. Yeah, I can just watch. You know, so that's kind of cool. But I always found it interesting. I don't think anyone's done it, because I don't know how well it would sell. But imagine playing Counter-Strike or a game like Halo, whatever we want to play. If you die that day, you can't play again until the next day.
Oh,
so you're on a 24-hour.
24-hour.
That would be interesting because everyone you're playing against is in the same boat. So you don't run out like kamikaze because you're not going to play for the rest of the thing. I don't think it would sell well because it wouldn't sell to it would have to sell to the hardcore group. Yeah. But that's an interesting concept. Or
well, you never know.
Maybe you can make it an hour, but then you could argue that in an hour you might not be in front of your console anymore. Yeah. So, but if it was 24 hours, it's just like, let's play. Yeah. You know, let's take this easy. Yeah. You know, it would have to be quite a slow tactical game like Rainbow Six or something. Yeah. But that would be...
It sounds crazy, but if you go into like the conspiracy theories that the military are making video games to train the next generation of fighters, you know, so like they find the kids who've got the best reflexes and then they go around, they'd be like, hey kid, maybe you want to join the military, maybe you want to join the Rangers. Yeah. Because they just like, they're trying to pre-program, whatever. But if you went on that route, you could definitely see the military kind of going to EA or going to DICE and be like, how about you make a game with a little bit more tension in it, a little bit more tactical mentality.
We'll throw some money your way.
Yeah, so, exactly. So keep an eye out for that for the VR world. Yeah. Because once you have to start like scanning rooms, and once you have to get physically involved, you're training soldiers when they're 8 years old. Yeah. By the time they're 18 and ready to fight, they're like, yeah, you're ready to go. You don't need a boot camp.
What experience have you had, soldier?
I've had more wars than you can imagine.
Yeah. I've had 3 years VR.
3 years VR.
And I've had 1 year Alien Isolation. You're in.
Yeah. Is it I don't know if they're still in there. I guess this could be Tech Talk. Screw it. Where are we going? Oh no, it was last year. The Russians.
Yeah.
They let out the people that were doing the 18 months isolation.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that. It was basically the Hunger Games, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, not that one. This is like just for space travel.
Oh, okay.
They were just testing what it would be like to have 6 or 8 people
so far away,
stuck in like a little space for 18 months.
Yeah. What happened there?
Nothing crazy happened. Everything was like they're astronauts. They're all being
23 of them came out.
Yeah. 6 of them went in.
Yeah.
And they were just saying like, in the future, that might become a VR system.
Right.
Because you can then make them replicate. Like, you've got the game with the space station.
Yeah, totally.
So you would have to get used to the fact that you're not quite where you are anymore.
Yeah.
And it would always be changing.
But they can get to that level where it's so immersive that you forget you're in there. Like, they will eventually get there.
Well, that's what they're saying. Like, they'd never take it off. They'd always be in the VR.
Exactly. And they'll barely know it's on because it won't be a big helmet. It'll be just glasses.
So they could keep you in, like, a regular room.
Yeah.
Like a padded cell like we're in.
Yeah.
But they'd make it look like that.
Padded cell.
Yeah. So whatever, whatever you want to do in the future, that's the way it could go. VR is just going to help you do it.
Yeah.
Because then you don't need to build a space station to train people.
Well, they're doing that with phobias and stuff like that. Like, so my wife's afraid of heights, and well, you've been there for the last couple of experiences, and we did the walk the plank, and she's now able to walk the plank. Yeah. And then she used to get scared on the second floor of the mall, and she's not as bothered by it. Yeah. And it's strange because it is because of VR. Because she's technically kind of been up a skyscraper. Yeah. So
like, her brain doesn't know the difference.
Yeah. So and there are apps out there for like arachnophobia and stuff, and where spiders will walk across your face in VR and stuff, which actually would be pretty messed up. So the people are using them to get over fears.
Well, my phobia is aliens, so that's never going away.
No
one will play an Alien Isolation.
I don't think it ever will.
No.
I don't think it ever will.
I don't think I'll ever get over the fact that giant acid spitting bastard's coming at me.
Yeah. We'll know about it soon.
Yeah.
So
bro, it's coming at me.
We'll know how.
I'm
going
to put the helmet on. Just put it on.
Yeah. I'm just gonna buy an alien costume. So when you take the VR off, I'm just gonna be standing in front. Either that, or I'll get my porch light I showed you.
Yeah.
My porch light is broken, and it looks like a little what's the thing inside the alien mouth called?
I don't know. It's
like the thing, the biter that comes out.
Yeah,
it looks like one of those. It looks like
one
of those because the end of it's like smashed with teeth and stuff. Oh well.
That's gonna be the thumbnail for the video when we do it. Just that little thing.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. That'd be hilarious. Another thing, because we're talking about military, is EA. I don't particularly like this, but it's okay. But they brought out a thing called Premium Friends. So, do you know when you buy a game, so you can buy Battlefield 1, you could buy that right now on its own, but you can buy a premium version of Battlefield. Right. So it's like $100, but it gives you all the expansion packs. And and it also, when an expansion pack comes out, you get to play it like 2 weeks before anyone else. Right. So they want to get your money from day one. It's like $100 or $120, but you get all the expansion packs. If you were to buy them separately, you'd be paying over that in the long run. Right. But you never know if you're really going to keep with the game and for all that time, because usually they support their games for about a year. But Premium Friends is a new one. So it's for everyone that's bought Premium already. So say like if you had Premium but I didn't. So we both had Battlefield 1.
When I get my Xbox Scorpio.
So you buy this. It will work for Battlefront. So say like you got Scorpio, you got Battlefront 2 Premium. I just bought the regular version. Yeah. Suddenly the new maps come out. I'm a cheap bastard. Yeah. New maps come out and you're like, oh, we want to play Hoth, you know? Right. I can now play Hoth if I'm in the same group as you. Yeah. Iceland, I can now play that because you have Premium. You're a Premium friend. Oh, okay. I can now play that map when but if you log off, sorry, I gotta go. Right. And I'm like, I can't play this anymore because my Premium friend's gone. So I kind of like that because obviously, if I like the map, I might start buying Premium myself. Yeah. So it's it's just a weird thing. Premium friends. Not regular friends. Yeah. Premium friends.
Sorry, guys, my Premium friends logged
You're going to be like categorizing them in your list.
I'm going to spend more time with my Premium friend.
Yeah.
It's a good system in that, obviously, it opens the door to more games for people to play. And then you can trade it back and forth. So I'll get Battlefront. You'll get Halo, that kind of thing. Yeah. So that way, it's like we don't have to buy the premium.
The premium for each one. Yeah. I say, but the thing is, there are going to be occasions where, like Easter weekend, it's like, hey, I'm going to be playing Battlefield, and I'm like, oh, I'm away. You're like, well, really felt like playing Hoth, Alex.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, give me a computer.
So
just come down and get it. Just go back. I was like, screw you.
Actually, there are other ways around that. You can like log in with different. You can log in with my account and stuff like that. But anyway, I thought it was interesting. Premium friends. But,
not that we recommend that, but we definitely recommend that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one was. Do you remember I mentioned flash sales for PlayStation?
So they come up like $3 things.
Yeah, so it's up this month. I bought last night $9.99 the Uncharted series. It comes with Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. They're all remastered. Uncharted, like the best games on PlayStation.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. They're all remastered for PlayStation.
Oh, cool.
So they're in 1080p, 60 frames a second. Super cool. $9.99. I was just
for all three of them.
For all three. So I was just like,
what?
Boom! I just clicked the button. It was like, that's how you get sales. It's like you got to, because it was regularly like $30. It was like $10 for each one.
Yeah,
so I can get. So I was just like, I don't even know if I have time, but I need this in my collection.
You need all three of them. Yeah,
and that's half the reason why I bought a PlayStation is because of exclusives. You can't buy them on Xbox. You can't buy them on PC.
I've never played an Uncharted game.
It's just another shout out to PlayStation for just having those flash sales. Like, Nintendo and the other guys have them as well, but. Boom!
Not on that level.
Good to have these.
Or maybe
really
on that level, but you don't have it, so you don't care.
No, I don't know. We'll find out soon enough with some Scorpio action. But another one, Zelda on Switch, has sold more games than Switch consoles. So the Switch version of Zelda has sold more than the actual Switch consoles. So some people are buying it twice. I don't even know how that works.
Explain that to me.
I don't understand.
First off, take it off the shelves.
The only
way
way
successful. Take it off the shelves.
Yeah. Well, you can't find a Switch now, so maybe that's what they've done.
That's it. Yeah, someone bought a Switch. Then the president of Nintendo went into their apartment, took it off the shelf. They come home. They're like, "Where's my Switch gone?" They have to go buy a new one.
Take it off the shelf. Take it off.
Get it gone.
I mean, the only way I can explain that is maybe you buy it.
Yeah.
So you've got a Switch, and then. But it's mobile, so I can't explain it. Because I was going to say you can maybe like your brother in Ireland buys it and then he can play it as well. But no. You need the blooming console. So I don't really understand it. I could understand it if it was the Wii, because the Wii.
Is it just a lot of people not telling their friends that they've gotten it?
I don't know.
There's like
people just loving it and they want to buy it twice.
Do you want a Zelda game? Is that what you want, son? Yeah, Dad, I'll take a Zelda game. He's already bought it.
Unless actually the other way around is that people don't have the console yet. They've bought it in anticipation of
who does that?
The console's
who would
do
soon. That?
So I don't know. You and me, we've got it.
I do have my copy right here.
We wanted to lick the cartridge.
Because it tastes bitter. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand that at all. That's the craziest thing.
It's a true story. Yeah.
Maybe the numbers are just wrong.
Numbers are wrong.
They're just like 2-for-1 sales.
They have taken them off the shelves. Like literally.
That's what it was. Somebody went into the EB Games and said, "Oh yeah, you can get any 2 Nintendo Switch games for the price of 1."
Yeah.
Well, you can buy a Zelda. So you just get 2 copies of Zelda.
2 copies of Zelda. You don't want... well, actually, there's nothing else.
So people are buying 2 copies of Zelda, waiting for a new game to come out so they can trade it in
for half price.
Yeah, because some idiot put a 2-for-1 sale on it.
Yeah. That's maybe the best explanation we've got, and it's not particularly good. But
this is just Nintendo's mental system. We sell more games than consoles because we keep taking the consoles people like off the shelves.
What are they playing at?
I don't know. It's working though. People are spending money on things that A, they don't want, and B, they don't make.
Yeah.
Nintendo don't even have to do anything anymore and people will give them money. It's like, we're not giving you a console, we're not giving you the game.
Yeah.
But you can buy another copy of the game if you want.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Lick it. Lick the cartridge. Maybe they're doing it to lick the cartridges.
Yeah.
So
they have one to lick and one to play.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Lub. Just going to end up in like some special chef's menu in some restaurant. The Nintendo Switch, it's got a little delicate taste that we put on top of all of our seasonings.
What's in this soup? Zelda. It's just like, and a Switch console.
It's a Breath of the Wild salad.
Breath of the Wild. Oh god, that's funny.
There we go. That's what we're going.
We'll talk after this. So I like that. And the last one was the Mini NES has been discontinued, and we've talked.
We're going
about
back to it
because we've taken it off the shelves.
Why, Nintendo? Just why? What are they doing?
It's successful. Take it away.
So next month, though, we're gonna be playing Injustice.
Next month, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the PlayStation version.
Whichever version we want, to be honest, but it probably will be.
So that'll be. I think that's probably going to be the first of our game nights.
Most likely, yeah.
So everyone can watch us scream and shout at each other.
Technically, next week.
Yeah.
Is a game-ish night.
Game-ish night. Yeah. We're doing Alien Isolation, but that's going to be the first console game night.
Yeah, yeah.
Where we're both playing and just both screaming.
Oh, yeah.
And then in June, we're going to have Wipeout, Tekken, and there's another game.
Crash Bandicoot.
That's not a two-player, is it?
No. But Tekken will be
So you're only going to kick my ass in 2 games, that one.
Well,
I don't know. Wipeout, I might have a chance at
Wipeout, if you blink, you've crashed.
That's true.
So that's basically what happens.
So all I got to do is just throw, paprika in your face when we're playing.
Yeah. We're done. Yeah, I mean, I remember playing that with my bro, and we were just leveling up, and every time you level up, you get faster and faster on these rounds. And then I was just playing, and I was
get the little extra jets in the wing and all that.
Yeah. And then we were going faster and faster, and then we were doing an achievement, so it was like you have to get to level like 90, and I was at level 70, and it was like, the music was like, and then, like everything, all the lights are coming by like that, and my brother's like, hang on, and he wasn't playing, but he was like, don't blink, and then suddenly it was like 82, 83, and it got to a point where if I looked to the top right hand corner of the screen with my eyeball to see what level I was on, you crash. Yeah. Because I just looked. It
was too fast.
So I was just like, I can't look. And then my brother would be like, I'll tell you when you're close. But he had to trick me in the end. Yeah. Because I was really at 85. But he was like, you've still got a bit to go. Yeah. But he was like, no, he doesn't really. He's only got 2 levels kind of thing. Because as soon as he says, 2 levels to go.
You'd freak out. Yeah.
Crash and burn. So we eventually did it. But then I was like, I can blink. I can blink. So.
It's going to be a great game to play. I remember playing that way back on the original PlayStation.
And that one is 4K as well. So because it's an older game, they've just remastered it.
Do you think they'll VR that one? We are the official VR podcast.
Actually, a lot of people
every conversation.
A lot of people really want to VR on that one. Yeah. Big time. So it's just nostalgia and stuff.
That one will get you sick though.
That will get you sick.
Because you go upside down and then like you can shoot at each other and all that.
Yeah.
So you're doing that in whatever. 4K. Bloody 1080 both eyes, you're just going to be freaking out.
1080 both eyes.
Oh my god, what's happening?
That actually leads me in nicely with some of my tech. It was Easter weekend. And
you don't want to bitch about NES anymore?
Had some NES, they'll get their fair share, probably in this one and the movie section as well. So, but yeah, I had some family over, so I think we've established with the VR, which we keep talking about.
We're the VR podcast.
It's very good for like demoing and showing people, because everyone's just like, oh, what's so great about it? Because they look at it on the TV, but that's a 2D experience, Yeah. So anyway, my father-in-law came round, and I had this one called Ultimate Booster, the roller coaster one that we talked about. So he saw a bunch of us do it. Like my brother-in-law like made it about halfway through one, and he was like, whoa, this is like giving me a headache kind of thing. So my father-in-law was like, let's give it a go. So we put it on, and then it was like spinning around. And he got about halfway through as well. He took it off and he was like, whoa, not feeling too good. And we were like, oh, okay. And he was like, he just opened the door and ran out. Yeah. We were like, hello? And he went upstairs and he actually chucked up. So he was like, that did not, like in the bathroom.
Yeah.
But he was
just in the kitchen,
just to teach you a lesson. So, yeah. So that's, what VR,
crazy
VR can mess you up in that way. Yeah. So, but that was the first demo I've done where I've been like, oh my God, like, He's not in a good way. Yeah. It took him about an hour to recover. He was just like, okay, now I can watch the hockey or whatever. But it was interesting because I love demoing it and seeing how people react. The funny thing with us two on that same demo is we were holding onto the bars, weren't we?
Yeah.
And he did the same
thing.
Like
a roller coaster, yeah.
I know there's a lot of other people doing the same thing. So, and then the other thing that happened, which
and it's still blocky. Like it still looks like PlayStation level graphics.
Yeah, it's not photoreal.
It's not photoreal yet. But when it gets photoreal, it'll make anybody sick.
Yeah, because
I think that's the only thing that's keeping me together when I'm in it.
Shut down theme parks.
Oh yeah, I can see that happening. If you can get to the point of photoreal and you can't tell the difference and it's 4K.
Eventually you'll be in chair. Like not everyone's going to buy a chair like this, but you'll be able to go to like a room where the chair is programmed to do.
Oh, like the D-box chair.
Yeah, basically D-box. Yeah. So, have you sat at a D-box before?
No, you?
No, but I was at the theatre for Logan, I think it was, and I could hear them. Yeah. I could hear the D-box going. It was kind of annoying.
For Logan?
Actually. Yeah, it was kind of annoying.
Such an exciting movie.
No, it was actually, funny enough, it was for Beauty and the Beast.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure I had vibrations for that.
I think I'll probably go see that this week, but I don't think I'll do the D-box version of it.
I don't think you need to. But yeah, the other thing that kind of stuck out on the VR was...
Be our guest. Be our guest.
Oh, I said VR guest.
Be our guest.
Sound like a bloody crazy robot's going to strangle someone.
Yeah, just sitting beside it, blowing smoke in your face and crap. Snowflakes on your hair.
Yeah, but...
Be our guest.
Yeah, my brother-in-law was doing the walk the plank. So he was walking out. He was like, "Wow, this is something else." And we were like, "Take a step," and he was like, "Hold on a second." And then like everyone was. And then his partner basically looked at me and was just like, gave the motions of, "Should I give him a push? Should I push him off the plank?"
Just a little, nudge and look.
And I was like, and because we were trying to be quiet, I was kind of like, maybe kind of sign, like maybe.
Yeah.
I thought she was just going to do the little push, thing like that.
Shake.
Because you know how it's like when you're in there, especially when you're on a friggin' skyscraper, you're very kind of cautious.
Yeah.
She gave him a proper push.
Yeah.
Fell on the floor and rolled. and then he took the helmet off. His eyes was just like, what is going on? And there was like laughter for about a good 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then she realized what she'd done because I got her to put it on.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, we're really here.
Yeah.
We're really on this building. And then she took it off right after and goes like, I'm so sorry. Because like you can nudge someone, but to push someone and then like enough that he has to roll on the floor.
Because in that environment,
don't know what's coming.
Yeah, like if you get pushed in real life, you automatically know you got pushed. But if you've got the helmet on, you're in that world.
Yeah.
So when you get pushed, you're sort of like, was that part of the game?
And he doesn't particularly like heights. Like he's okay with them, but he's not. He's probably like kind of a bit like me. He's just like sweaty palms, but I can do this. But then suddenly, if you move off and you roll, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm in that room with the carpet.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was standing on a plank a second ago. Yeah. So I thought that was hilarious.
Your whole brain just goes into overdrive.
I don't think he tried it after that. So I think he was actually slightly scarred by it. Like kind of thing. Oh, I'm going to give it a break for a little bit. But,
so you have your missus healing her brain problems, and now he's gotten scarred by it.
Some. Well, that's what we were joking about. Is like he's just going to remember it, and then like if he's ever on a height or something, he's like, "Stay away from me."
He won't be able to put on a pair of sunglasses again. Like, no, flashbacks.
Yeah.
It's like the VR's at me.
And then the last VR thing I promised is the Batman exclusive that was PlayStation.
Oh yeah,
that's coming out in a week and a bit. There's another PlayStation exclusive which is now up. And it's ready for PC,
right?
And it's called Battlezone, and it's a tank game, but it's in like a computer. It's almost like I'm trying to remember the name of the film, the old school
Tron.
It's basically like Tron, yeah. So it's tanks, but in Tron style,
right?
With all the vector and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But apparently it's super addictive, and it was a PlayStation. It launched with the PlayStation VR.
Yeah.
So and it was one of the system sellers. So that's coming out in 3 days, like a beta.
Ooh.
So.
We should play that next week.
Yeah, that'll be fun. So I think it's a beta, but I've already asked to go in. But, that's just another, because there's some really great. That's what PlayStation do is they buy good exclusives. And they're like, hey, get it for our platform, but they slowly are having their 6-month exclusivity. So I did work out. I think next month is their Star Wars exclusivity goes out. So we'll be able to fly in an X-wing. I think it's 6 months. I'm hoping it's 6 months because Resident Evil was a year, so we won't, unfortunately, until January play that one.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure it would have cost them way too much to do a year for Star Wars. So next month is 6 months since it came out on PlayStation. So usually it will like be, it's out for Oculus now and stuff like that. So that'll be cool as well. And then the last tech thing I had, I don't know if you heard about this. Did you hear about what Burger King did? This is not in there. You did or you didn't?
No.
Burger King had an ad, and it was in the States, and a lot of people in the States have Google Home, which is like that little device you can talk to. It's very much like the Amazon Echo and all that.
Oh yeah, when you just tell it
to what's the weather and stuff. But Google got their own version. But it's very popular in the States because it pretty much only works in the States. But Burger King came up with an ad.
It's like their Siri box, or it's like that.
It's exactly like. And Apple actually apparently are coming out of one because that's what they do. They copy everyone else. Once it gets popular,
they're not innovative at all anymore.
I know. They'll do it and they'll add some little tweak to it and say like, we reinvented the box.
There's no off button. It will always be on.
It will always be on.
It's like, God damn it, Apple.
Google. Burger King. It was a clever ad. It was something I feel like we probably would have come up with here, but then they actually shut it down. But basically what it is they had like a new Whopper. It was like a spicy Whopper and stuff. And they were like, this is a super cool Whopper and it has this much cheese, this much lettuce and all that. But it's got so much good stuff in here and good calories or whatever. We can't tell you on this ad. So, and then the guy on the ad just goes, Google, tell me about the Whopper. And he goes, Google now, tell me about the Whopper. And it actually activates your Google Now. And then they've programmed it so when it hears that, it tells you everything about the Whopper. So the ad ends, but their ad technically continues on your Google Now and says, the Whopper.
I get what you're saying.
The Whopper comes with cheese, blah, 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 and a nice seeded bun, So it's a clever way of continuing their ad.
Yeah.
But blooming annoying because they've activated your bloody Google Now.
Yeah, yeah.
So they actually, it was so, I guess, annoying that they actually shut it down.
Yeah.
But clever because it made it to news. I'm talking about it. Other people are probably talking about it.
It was a great way of hacking the system.
I thought that was kind of cool. I believe it happened with Xbox because remember Xbox Now, you can connect and stuff. You could turn that on back in the day by saying Xbox on. You know? And then that's why everyone was worried about, why is this thing listening to me all the time? Is this fucking Cybernet?
Yeah.
So I think they kind of shut that down a little bit. But it's very similar to that where they knew that this thing was on and they were like, let's talk to it. So your TV was talking to your thing. But
yeah, it's just like having the ad if it turned around and midway through the ad somebody said, hey Siri.
Yeah.
How cool is it if you went to go here? But we can't tell you that. And then that ad stopped and your phone heard it. And your phone's like, I'm looking that up now, Alex. Yeah. You're like, what? What are you doing?
You can actually, you might be able to like activate Siri. I haven't done it for a while. I don't really use it. But hey Siri, I've got it on.
There she goes.
But can you do it?
Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Siri, you bitch.
No.
You racist bitch. Hey Siri. 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 Am I saying it right? Maybe silly.
A bit closer. Hey Siri.
Hey Siri. Hey Siri.
No.
Yes, I got it.
Oh, you got it.
Oh no, didn't work. What a bitch. Fucking racist bitch.
It actually says bitch on there though. It said hey Siri bitch. Anyway, so there we go. There we go.
Hey Siri bitch.
Did say something like that.
That's what people tune in for.
So that's basically what it was doing.
Right,
but,
right.
It wasn't. The guy on the Burger King ad wasn't Irish.
No, it's true.
And calling Google
I'm not
now
exactly the
bitch.
best. I'm not exactly the best secret agent.
But it was clever.
It's all right. I'll get all the codes from his phone. Hey Siri, you bitch. You bitch. Siri, open the phone, you bitch. I'm not going to get the nuclear codes out of you today, am I? Yeah, big dirty whore.
Dirty. But
it's okay. We're the VR podcast. Clearly,
we pretty much are.
How many people do we know even have
the
a
Marvel
VR?
VR?
Yeah, PR. Marvel PR and the VR lovers.
Oh, that is actually another thing. Is I was looking at sales. PlayStation have actually got quite a lot more than Oculus and Vive because you need to have the PC. It's expensive.
Yeah.
But I actually read that Oculus might have only been 300,000 and Vive might be 500,000.
Right.
Something around there. I don't think they've ever released. And then we know that PlayStation announced 900.
Right.
But I think they're probably at 1 million now because that was announced a while ago.
So generally it's like 2 million sales.
No, it'll be... you mean
in general VR.
For VR. VR, yeah, it's probably 2 million. But like half of that literally is PlayStation. The reason is because so many people have one already. But eventually the PC one, like Oculus, will get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, and they'll announce a new Oculus and a new Vive, and that'll get cheaper.
The other point is that the PC games will get better faster than the PlayStation.
They will, because the PlayStations can't get any better, as in graphic wise. But they can get. You can get a really cool experience. But you can't really get more. I mean, graphics in this case in VR does make it better. So
it's probably what will happen with the Scorpio. They'll probably try and bring out a game that's not 4K but 1080 both eyes or whatever it is,
which is
2K both eyes.
So it will basically,
so it's better than the PlayStation.
And because they've got that E3 announcement of Scorpio, I talked last week about the specs, and we know it's like superpower hungry and everything. I don't know if this will happen. I'm not going to put it on the record because I know, but they could have an alliance with or a partnership. They have done it in the past with Oculus. They might not do it. They might do it just. They might have their own thing. I don't know, but. They might actually partner with Oculus, and they say, "Here's Project Scorpio. You're going to buy it. I want to play Battlefront and everything like that." And then, oh, by the way, I'm
going to buy it. It's going to be my premium friend.
If you've got an Oculus, you can plug your thing in. You can play all your games, with it as well. They're not going to bring out their own VR. I don't think.
I wouldn't think so.
They're smart enough just to say, "Hey, this company's doing well. Oculus is big. We're big. Let's partner up." You know? And they've done it in the past because the Xbox controller comes with the. Because on the weekend we're going to be playing Alien Isolation. So the headset comes with a Xbox One controller. So that's what we're going to play Alien Isolation on. So, and technically in Oculus there's a room called Xbox, and you go into the room and you can. It's just like you're in a massive room with a projection screen, and you can play every single Xbox game on that screen. But it's just like looking at a massive projection screen.
Right.
But you know how immersive.
But it's the first step.
It's the first step. You're not like in the car, but you're playing it on 100-foot screen.
Yeah, exactly.
So, which is such a weird thing because you've got a helmet on, but you're playing it on 100 screen, you know.
Logically, you would think you're getting less.
Yeah,
but because of the immersion, you're getting more.
And then, can you imagine doing that, watching a film on a plane? So I'm going to watch King Kong.
Wow.
I won't watch it at the back seat. I'm going to watch it on a 100-foot screen. This is the other thing. In Venice, while I'm floating on a friggin'
gondola, yeah.
Which you can do. That's one of the experiences, is you're on a gondola and it's being projected onto a wall. And then you can hear just a bit of chatter in the background.
This is insane
I know.
when you say it out loud.
You're not on that plane anymore.
No.
Like, it's just like...
And that's a great thing for, again, people who have fear of flying or they don't like planes.
Exactly.
You're not on a plane.
Yeah.
You're on a boat.
Yeah. What was that rumble? What was that rumble? What was that? That was just the gondola.
No, you're just on the waves.
Yeah.
Just...
Would you like chicken, sir, or pizza?
That's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy future.
Yeah. Like, I can actually see airlines, maybe not with Oculuses, but with mobile VR eventually, when it gets a bit better.
Yeah.
They're going to just have headsets. They're not going to have it on the back of the seat. They're going to just give you
the headset.
Give you a headset.
Instead of giving
plastic headsets, which are cheap enough with the lenses.
Yeah.
Put your phone. You put your own phone in. You can have your own experience. You got your own apps on there.
Yeah.
Boom. Or download our plane apps or whatever. Yeah. And then you can just watch the films from that, which would just be awesome. You know.
The other thing with that, from a cost perspective, is that with the screens and everything you got in the front seat or the seat in front of you,
if they break and shit,
break and all that, you got to replace the whole seat.
Yeah.
Where if it's just a shitty little helmet thing,
those lenses,
and you can always update them real quick.
The lenses on them, if they crack, they're like $10 from the dollar store.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And it's also the upgrade, because if you're trying to upgrade the seat, you have to upgrade every single seat.
Yeah.
Which means you have to take all the seats out. You got to but if it's just a helmet, it's just like the headsets they give you.
Yeah.
They just wipe them down and it's good to go.
Yeah. And then like first class can get their own 4K phones that go in them.
Yeah.
And it's like you're seeing a 4K experience.
Yeah.
Those guys back there are using their own phones. However, we can give them a phone to put in, but it's just a regular crappy little screen.
Yep.
But yeah, I can see that happening. Eventually the fucking captain's just going to be flying.
Yeah, the captain's not even going to get on the plane. He's going to be flying it from the ground.
Yeah, just flying it from the ground. Oh, I've run out of battery.
They would. It'd be like the drones. Like you just have one guy flying 7 planes at once. Yeah. Like the guys in the control tower, that's their job, is to fly the plane now.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, there's no pilot in the plane.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. It's like the drones that found the kids in Logan. Lots of them. So silent.